Hello everyone, CatWeazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Mansions of Madness 2nd edition and the scenario Rising Tide. We're just about to start episode 5. I'm not aware of any errors, but I'm pretty much doing this right after episode 4, so if I did make any errors that I haven't caught, the boat has gone now, so apologies for that. Right, so here we are, and it is the investigation phase, and our first investigator is going to be Joe Diamond. So let's zoom in on Joe. And here we are with Joe. Right, let's give him his actions. So there we go, he's got 2 actions. What is he going to do? Well, he's going to spend his first action to move. And he's going to move down here. He's going to chat to these kids. So he's going to interrupt his movement to chat to the kids, which will be his second action. So let's select them. Children play a dispirited game of hopscotch. Asked to join them? Hardly. So that was the first option. The second action point option is, where are your parents? Well, that sounds bit more like it. Though young and relatively average looking, something in the children's eyes unsettles you. One of the bolder girls steps forward, staring at you. My mummies say strangers die here. Kids, eh? Gotta love them. Suffer 2 face down horror. Will negates. So we've got to do some rolling. And his will is only 3, I think. It is, but he does have some clues. He got 2 successes. God, I am rolling well. So 2 successes, we've negated it. The children soon abandon their play, whispering ominously among themselves. Discard this person. Well, we didn't learn much off those damn kids. Right, so that's it for that. We've still got 1 movement point left. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to cross this white line here and go up to this token. And we'll try and have a look at that next turn. Okay, so that was it for Joe. Next up is Harvey. And here we are with Harvey. Obviously, Harvey is going to investigate this door. So he's going to try and explore. A burnished plaque on the door reads billiard room. And we're going to explore. Oh, hang on. There is 2 action tokens. Take 1 away because he's exploring. And funnily enough, we've got a billiard room. The billiard room looks rarely used. Everything appears to be in near new condition. Discard this explore token and place the billiard room tile as indicated. Let's see if anything else has to go in. A young man leans over the green, lining up a shot. Place a person as indicated. This is Bobby Foster, one of your suspects. Woo! Just as I suspected, so we'll dig him out. See if there's anything else that we need to put in the room. Oh yes. A counter stands before a shelf of emptied bottles. Place a search token as indicated. He's been boozing. You may move 1 space into the explored area. Right, that's it. Okay, I shall go away and set that up. Won't be a second. Okay, here we are. We can move 1 space in, which is great. The only bad thing about that is we can't talk to Bobby because we've got the white line here, so we can't move forward. Oh no, hang on. No, we were allowed to move in 1. But we haven't moved at all. That's it. Yeah, we haven't moved at all. Yes. So we've been allowed to go in as part of the explore action. But if we wanted to move, we'd have to spend our second action to move. That's right. But we can spend our action to search. So that's what we'll do. A counter sits in front of a shelf full of decorative bottles. Let's search. So that's his second action. You examine the counter closely. And notice some of the dust here has been disturbed. Observation. Remember, we have the magnifying glass for +1. He has an observation of 4 anyway, so that's going to be 5 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1/2. Oh, look at that, 3 successes, that'll do. So 1, 2, 3. Confirm. You follow the trail of marks in the dust to a small patch of worn wood on the underside of the counter. You find the wood here presses inward, revealing it to be a false panel. Gain the whiskey common item, then discard this search token. Woo, we get whiskey. Let's take that back. I'll just dig that out, won't be a second. Should be near the end. Yes, so there's whiskey. We'll have a quick look at it. Won't be a moment. So, whiskey, equipment, action. Discard up to 2 face down horror, then flip this card. So there you go. Oh, it's got something on the back. Okie coke. I think, yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, I think I know what it does on the flip side. I think I've seen it in other playthroughs. So that's whiskey. Well spotted, that man. Okay, so we can get rid of this. That goes. Put it back in the supply. And that is it for the investigator phase. So let's get set up for the laugh and chuckle phase. Righto, let's finish off the investigation phase. And it's the mythos phase. Harvey Walters glances ahead, only to see himself from behind. His sight stretched thin and his mind nearing breaking point. Harvey Walters suffers 3 horror law negates. Oh, what's his law? His law's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, this is a nasty one. Oh, look at that half! 3 successes. Oh, yes. Continue. Night is coming. You will not be able to conduct your investigation in the dark. It might be wise to review any evidence you have gathered during the day. No immediate effects. Right, so I think that's telling us to review. So we'll just do that quickly. So Zadok, let's see if it's updated any. Zadok is one of your suspects. He appears to be something of the town drunk. No, I don't think we're going to get much more information. If something new comes up, I will stop it. No, we got all this last time. I think it's probably just the app just giving you a reminder. No, it was everything we saw last turn, so that is fine. Righto, so that is the end of the mythos phase. Let's get on to the next turn. And here we are back with Joe. Joe's going to be our first player, so we'll use an action up because he is going to investigate that search token. A notice is posted outside the fire station. Search. The notice warns of several break-ins around Innsmouth. Someone has dropped something near the sign. Gain the brass knuckles common item, then discard this search token. Excellent. Just the sort of thing for our private eye, some brass knuckles. Woo! How thematic is this? Just grab the brass knuckles, won't be a second. And we'll have a look at them. So here we are, brass knuckles. Roll 2 additional dice while attacking unarmed. Woo! So we will give that to Joe. What is he going to do next? Well, he's going to move. I want to get back near the Gilman Hotel. Night has fallen. We can't get to the Gilman Hotel and inside, but we can get outside. So his final action is to move 1, 2. So he's going to be right outside the door of the Gilman Hotel. That is it for Joe Diamond for this phase. Let's see Harvey Walters. Okay, here we are with Harvey. His first action is to move. So he's just going to move 1, do a little pirouette, and he's going to have a chat with Bobby here. So let's press Bobby. The young man takes a shot, the gentle clack of billiards echoing through the room. Our options are to cancel or to introduce ourselves for an action. So we're going to introduce ourselves for the second action. He nods at your introduction, then takes another shot. His target bounces off the rails of the table. The young man sighs, then straightens. I am Bobby Foster. Nice to meet you. Kind of a relief, really, seeing a fellow traveller. Right, so we can pick any of these options. None of them have got an action icon on them. So we can ask a relief, or we can ask what brings you to Innsmouth, or we can give him a billiards tip. Normally, I think Harvey looks exactly the sort of person who would play billiards and would probably give a tip. But shall we role play it? Harvey looks like a billiard player to me. And what do old duffers do in like billiard rooms apart from give things like billiards tips? No, I'm not. He's on a mission. He understands he's on a mission. He's not going to be whittering on about billiards. I think he'll ask why it's a relief. The young man shrugs his shoulders. Well, the locals here, they can be a bit... He pauses, picking his words carefully. Odd. Miss Marsh is the worst. Gives me the willies. She sort of runs... He pauses again. Everything, I guess. And then there is that detective. Shows up everywhere, threatening to take me for trespassing. Gilman is all right, though. Honestly, I do not think any of them are happy with my writing here. So, we've got more options, none of them with an action icon. Tell me about the Marsh family. Tell me about the detective. Tell me about Gilman. Well, we want to know about the Marsh family. That's a no-brainer. The Marsh family owns this town, and Sylvia Marsh will not let anyone forget it. Pity she has got a face that matches her attitude. You know what, Bobby? I'm liking you already. Though I would not mind knowing the story behind all that jewellery she wears. Very exotic looking pieces, you see. Gain one clue. She's guilty! Guilty! Right, another clue for Harvey, who's now got 4. And we'll continue. Right, that's it. So, are we going to stay here? I don't think so. We'll use our final remaining movement point just to move back here. Okay, so that is it for the investigation phase. Next up, it's the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. So let's set it up. And the investigator phase, yes. Your first day comes to a close, and you gather back at the Gilman house. Clear the board. Oh right, this'll be quite funky. When you turn in for the night, You suffer from strange and unsettling dreams. Each investigator suffers one face-down horror. Well, there's nothing we can do about that. We're going to get one face-down horror. But at least I'll be able to show you that. I've been rolling so well, we haven't got any. So what we're going to do is we'll clear the board. There's only a few things we haven't actually looked at. I mean, I wasn't bothered about going into, you know, fish some coins out of the fountain. And we didn't look at the painting sort of materials, and we didn't look inside that drawer, except we did really, didn't we? But you know what I mean. So we've done pretty well there. We've spoken to everybody on the first day, all the suspects, so I think that is a good start. And we've got 3 more days to go, I think, which is good because we're not learning much, let's be honest. Right, we'll just press continue. Oh, I've got to get them face down horrors. Right, hang on, we'll just do that before we read the rest. So here's the sort of sanity deck, I suppose you'd call it. We'll give it a quick shuffle. I've already shuffled it, but do that. Do a cut. So 1 for Joe, he was our first player this turn, and 1 for Harv. So there we go. They've each got 1 face down horror each. Get that out of the way. And now we can read this. You awake the next morning feeling troubled. The town of Innsmouth is large enough to be separated into 3 neighbourhoods. The docks, the downtown and the residential area. Each day you will devote yourself to investigating one neighbourhood and its residents. You must use your time wisely. You will not be able to investigate a location twice. Where will you continue the investigation? So, we can go to the docks, we can go downtown, or we can go to the residential area. You know what? I think we'll go to the docks. Yeah. So, we'll go to the docks. You arrive at the docks. The salt air is refreshing, but the roar of the waves drowns out almost all other sound. Place the street 2 and street corner 2 tiles as indicated. We'll do that in a bit. Your clammy skin is chilled by the wind. Greying buildings lean and slope into one another, eroded by both age and the seaside weather. The street is slick beneath your feet. Place your investigator figures as indicated. Okay. Warehouses loom to either side of you. Place the explore tokens as indicated. A book lies in a puddle on the street. Place a search token as indicated. The fog is even thicker this close to the sea. Place sight tokens as indicated. Excellent. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up. Now, we have been playing 3 turns, haven't we? Well, I'm going to stop it here because it seems a good place to stop. So, we've had 2 turns and we've moved into a new area. It does seem a good time to stop. It's the start of a new day and we're in a new area. So, by next turn, I'll have set this up and we will be ready to go. So, how did it go? I think it went pretty well. I'm really chuffed that we managed to speak to all of our suspects. That's good. Whether we've learned anything, I don't know. Not too much, I don't think. But we did really well. All we've suffered in that first day is 1 face down horror each. And we couldn't even save for that. That was just given to us. There was nothing we could do. So we've done really, really well. We found a couple of things. We found some brass knuckles. We found some whiskey. So things are always going pretty good if you find some whiskey, I think. So excellent work by our investigators. So that will be it for episode 5. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I feel like we're really getting into it now. Now we're in the docks. We're about to bump into some sort of monster or other. So the sort of like creeping dread that is specific to Arkham Horror seems to be really coming up now. And yes, really looking forward to it. So, Anyway, as I say, that's the end of episode 5. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for so much for all the views, for all the subscriptions, for all the likes and the dislikes, and for all the help and support. Again, if you've noticed any errors whatsoever, please let me know and I will do my best to fix them. Fortunately, we've had no more glitches since I restarted the scenario, so that is cool. And things are going pretty well. But for how long? We approach our second day in Innsmouth. And I hope you join me for it for episode 6 of Mansions of Madness 2nd edition and Rising Tide. But until then, this is me, CatWeazle, signing off. Toodaloo.